witches. It's Luna here. The world's kind of fucked up these days. What else is new? And I found myself kind of looking for an escape hatch. And I thought, I know, I'll come hang out with you. So here I am, and here you are, taking just a step away for a hot second to kind of refill the well with an unboxing. And you know we're allowed to do that when things get overwhelming. So let's take a look. This is a gift deck. I'm not going to name my gifter because she knows who she is. And yes, that was an edit because I set my camera to a different setting and it was not working. So here we are. This is the Fairy Tale Lenormand, artwork by Lisa Hunt, written by Arwen Lynch. Now you guys know I am baby when it comes to Lenormand decks. I've only been reading with them for a year or so. I'm still learning. I'm loving it and adding to my collection there. So let's take a look. And I think this is only like the second tin deck that I have. Jury's still out on tin decks. They don't stack very well. Anyway, here's the beautiful box. This enchanting 38 card deck transports you into the magical world of fairy tales, where you'll discover valuable life lessons through the Lenormand cards. Includes 120-page booklet with foreword by Donnelly de la Rose. And I don't know who they are, but we'll find out, I'm sure. This is U.S. Game Systems, 2016, and let's zoom you in. Yeah, look at that, got it right the first time. This is one of the another reasons I guess I don't really prefer tin decks is the rattly thing. Anyway, look at this lovely little book. I mean, it feels fairy tale-ish just because it's small and lovely. And a lot of Lenormand decks do have smaller cards. You know, I do have the Lunar Nomad, which is massive, but because one of the ways to read Lenormand is in a thing called a Grand Tableau, where you spread out all 36 of the cards, they frequently will be smaller. So you can fit everything on your tabletop. This did say 38 card deck, so I am assuming that there's an extra set of man and woman cards. That's usually when it's a regular Lenormand with extra cards, that's usually what it is. All right. Here are the card backs. They are, the backs are reversible, but Lenormands are not read with reverses, so it's immaterial that, you know, you could reverse with the backs. Okay. Fully expecting these to be in the same order as usual Lenormands. Yeah, there's a reason the Lenormand system stays strict, you know, because it is a system. Anyway, let's take the brightness down a little bit. Will that work? You guys know what it's like. For me, it's snowing, it's gray, and you can't see the images. At any rate, here's Rider. So we do have this kind of Middle Eastern, Arabian sort of vibe with the rider on his horse. And the rider's heading this way. With Lenormand and with Kipper decks, directionality is important. The way things are heading definitely figures in the reading. Here's Clover. We've got a little fairy hiding out in the clover there. The ship. Notice that it's going in a direction. And here's a dragon boat, so we've got an Asian influence there. Then we have house. Definitely looking like a little fairy tale cottage in the woods. Number 5 is tree. Can you see? Let's see. Come, darling. There she is. You see the fairy in the tree. Then we have clouds. Ooh, interesting. So this does, the Lenormand system with the clouds card, there's usually a dark side and a light side, a side where the sun is hitting the clouds and then a shady side. And this one does that in fine style. Look at the faces. The faces in the clouds. Ooh, excellent. They also, the cards also have the corresponding playing card. Snake. And we have a snake and a mongoose. So not quite a fairy tale, but harkening back to Rikki Tikki Tavi. Great story by Rudyard Kipling. Coffin. We have a kind of a Snow White thing with the crystal coffin there. Bouquet. Oh, these are the flowers from Alice in Wonderland. Check it out. Awesome. So I wonder if each one of these cards actually refers to, a specific fairy tale. We'll find that out when we get to the book. Here's Scythe. Whoosh. Cut it off. And we've got a dividing point here that's defined by this tree with kind of dragony roots. So we see beyond it, and then we see kind of a dragon's hoard inside that tree is what I'm seeing. Wow. Okay. The whip. Sometimes this card will be a broom and a whip, and we've got like a magic flying carpet showing up in the background there. Here's the birds. Looks like a roadrunner and something else. Bird of paradise, I don't know. Child. Definitely looking like maybe Gretel. Alone in the woods, there's faces on the trees. Here's a fox. Gentlemanly, sly fox. And the bear, and we have, I think this would be Snow White and Rose Red. Stars. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's just stunning. I don't know why I get a Native American vibe with this. Let's take a look. Number 16. And we'll also find out about the fairy tales. Dreams, fame, encouragement, destiny. For the stars we look to the Ojibwe tale of the Star Maiden. So absolutely a Native American vibe there. And it does tell a specific fairy tale. A magical creature who lived in a star. She came to a young man to tell him she was seeking a home. She was encouraged by his people to live among them. The Star Maiden discovered a white flower to call her home. Her dreams of safe haven were answered. The Stars card reminds us that the future is bright. This card offers hope for dreams realized. Where the card lies indicates how close fame and recognition are. A claim is at hand when this card falls near the querent card. If near a card about a job, it can indicate a promotion. When you see the Stars card, remember fame can be given, but respect must be earned. The Star Maiden had to try out her different choices for a dwelling, but once she discovered it, her destiny was complete. So, okay, I love it. So we are referring to very specific fairy tales here, and she gives a synopsis of the fairy tale and really weaves into that the card within the Lenormand system. Zang. Stork. Got a stork carrying an actual baby. There are little faces in everything here. They look kind of like rocks, but they're critters. I love this. Here's the dog. Just look in the background. Look at the rocks in the background. There's this wonderful animistic, like everything has a spirit to it that I am just loving. Here's Rapunzel with her long, long hair. Oops. The garden. Garden represents gathering places, meeting with people, sociability. Here's the mountain, and we see the faces again in the mountains. Crossroads. A decision to be made. Look how rich the images are. Come on, pop in for me. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful artwork. Here are the mice. Heart. This also looks like a kind of Eastern European. Let's see what the tale is. Cinderella, the Bulgarian story of Cinderella. Pepeljashka. Okay, so yes, Eastern Europe. Ring. There's a genie in a lamp. Book. The grimoire. So we've got, and there's astrological symbols, planetary symbols there. And it has grimoire, and that, I think that is a solid nod. The illustrated tales, yes, of Grimm's fairy tales. Letter. There's Red Riding Hood's basket with the wolf. Okay, here's our gentleman card. And we have a different gentleman card. So we have two to choose from. One, I guess, looks older. One is facing straight forward. The other one is looking to the side. Let's look at the female. Okay, so there's Lady. And again, there's, one where she's... the gentleman is looking straight forward in this one. This woman is still looking to the side. When you're asking questions that concern a relationship in particular, pardon me, generally the male and female card in the Lenormands will be facing each other. And then it's very interesting if they show up in the reading to see what they're looking at. And if the cards end up like this, you can talk about the relationship having problems. When they're facing each other, things are easier. So I would put these two as the older lady and gentleman, and these two as the younger. And I'm kind of the opinion that why not leave them both in? The Kipper decks, generally the 36 card Lenormand has two people in it. It has the lady and the gentleman. That's it. Kipper deck is much more people-y. There's a lot of different people in it. And there's specifically a mature female and a mature male. But if you're reading Lenormand and you're not doing a grand tableau, why not leave all four of them in so you can distinguish and have the ability for it to allude to more people than just the main male and female. Here's lilies with the little froggies. Sun. Moon. There's Cinderella's coach turning into a pumpkin. Key. That's lovely. Fish. Anchor. And cross. All right. Let's take more of a look at the book, and I'm going to light my charcoal while we do that. All right. Arwen Lynch, Lisa Hunt. Dedicated to all who have ever dreamed of riding a unicorn, dancing with fairies, fighting the dragon, or winning the hand of the prince or princess. Okay, let's see how long the foreword is. Pretty long. Well, let's find out who Donnelly de la Rose is. An international tarot and oracle teacher with a multi-award-winning educational cartomancy podcast, Tarot Tribe Beyond Worlds. Ooh! Although I don't usually listen to podcasts because with my ADHD that I'm learning that I have at 63 years old, for God's sakes, I need something else than just audio. If I only have audio, I need something to do with my hands, and I will get involved with that and lose track of the audio, or I'll hear something and start thinking about it, and then I have to back up. So anyway, I'll give it a shot. You can learn more about how to read the Lenormand system at our website, www.donnalee, which is DONNALEIGH.com. Donnelly. All right, I think I am and then we have an introduction. Let's read the author's introduction here. And again, let me look The artwork is Lisa Hunt. The introduction is by Arwen, who did the writing. That makes sense. Fairy tales have served as teaching tales throughout the world for centuries. We continue telling those old stories because of the timelessness of the hero and heroine's journey. No matter the years, Cinderella, Rumpelstiltskin, the peasant, and the prince will always remind us of the joy of love, the tragedy of betrayal, and the triumph of personal courage. The fairy tale Lenormand deck weaves these imaginative myths into the Lenormand structure to help readers learn how to associate the cards in a more meaningful way. In the Lenormand system, meanings are more concrete than the fireside stories of old. This deck uses images to enhance those meanings so that the reader has a fairy tale reminder of what each card means. It is advisable to first begin by memorizing the cards by number and name. That's where I'm at right now, is memorizing the numbers. There are excellent books and videos on how to cement that information in your head. Next, try practicing combinations of 2 or 3 cards. The images have meanings that are modified by the card next to them. For instance, snake, ring, and heart is different when it is heart, ring, snake. Truth. They're read like a sentence. Using the order of the cards to create sentences may help. There you go. Example, snake, ring, heart could be an untrustworthy person, snake, who wants you to commit to an action, ring, that could end your partnership, heart. That might lead you to think someone is trying to break up your marriage. When you have the cards and their meanings firmly in hand, you'll see why many say Lenormand is the fastest way to read the future. If you're a tarot enthusiast, set aside your need to read intuitively for now. Amen to that. Lenormand is very straightforward. It can be said that 5 tarot readers will interpret the same tarot spread 5 ways, while 5 Lenormand readers will all come to nearly the identical message when they read the same Lenormand layout. Enjoy your journey into the magical world of the fairy tale Lenormand. Remember that you are your own hero or heroine of your life, so wish upon a star and shuffle the fairy tale Lenormand. See what tricksters and loves await you. Excellent introduction there to, as you know, a way to approach the Lenormand. All right. Let's see if we have something about the artist and the authors. No, we don't. In the foreword we do. So let's see. Lisa Hunt is one of the most recognized and respected names in modern tarot art. A prolific illustrator and art instructor, Lisa has illustrated 7 best-selling tarot and oracle decks and numerous other products that include illustrations for books and magazines. Let's find out which ones she illustrated. I have to know. Lisa Hunt is, no. When Lisa began creating a Lenormand Oracle deck, her immediate challenge was paring down the abundant extras present in her imagery that made her tarot decks so successful. All right, let's find out. Lisa Hunt's tarot decks. Ta-da! Oh, my poor computer is struggling so hard. All right. Ooh! Lisa Hunt art. I'm looking for a list here. Published. We have published works. There's the Fairy Tale Lenormand, the Winged Enchantment deck that I've been drawn to for a long time. Ghost and Spirits Tarot. I have that one. There's the Fairy Tale Tarot. Do not have that. Fantastical Creatures. Don't have that. Animals Divine Tarot, and then there's Celestial Goddesses Oracle deck. There's a Shapeshifter Tarot, the Celtic Dragon Tarot. I guess that's all of them. I only have Ghosts and Spirits and the Fairy Tale Lenormand now, so wow. All right. Onward. With Lenormand, simplicity and easy-to-spot pictures are key elements for the reader, who must quickly summarize a multitude of card pictures to speak the composite language of this oracle. Alrighty, and let's see what it says about Arwen. The accompanying book by esteemed author Stephanie Arwen Lynch also provides essential imaginative story details about the cards. All right, good enough. And then we know that we have, for each meaning, we've got the number, the name, the playing card that it's associated with, nice boiled down keywords, and then the fairy tale. At the back of the book, Ooh. All right, let me get to the end of the cards here. 36 is crossed. That's the last. Fun spreads. Fan spreads. Fan spreads. There are many examples of cartomancy spreads that use the shape of a fan. For our fans, we'll be using 3 cards on top with 1 on the bottom. The bottom card is the focus, while the cards above it represent the folds of the fan. Here are 2 examples of how you might read a fan. Remember that the Lenormand style is very concrete. Sticking to the meanings of the cards is the best way to learn and to read with this type of cartomancy. So they give examples here. Lady on the bottom, ship, Clover, rider. A journey, ship, brings you luck, Clover, in the form of a message, rider, and then a woman will be the messenger. That's the lady at the bottom. Or an untrustworthy woman, snake. Why does it have to be a woman? Should not be partnered, ring, partnered with because she will gossip about you, birds. Watch for a communication that confirms this, and that's the letter. All right, interesting. Crossroads spread. In fairy tales, a common theme is the crossroads. Many heroes and heroines meet someone at the crossroads. How they treat this stranger can determine if they are sent on the right path or a wild goose chase. Here's a spread that will help you with choices in your life. It uses the fan method with a set of 3 fans. And here they are. Just 3 fans. All right, fan 1 would be read by looking at the bottom card first. Second fan has the letters at the bottom, so it's about communication. And then, okay, tower spread. Rapunzel was trapped in a tower. To get down, she had to get involved in her own rescue. And it says, cut them as you like. Lay out 3 sets of 4 card fans. So this has 4 sets of fans for the tower. The first fan indicates why you feel trapped. That's the bottom one. Second indicates who or what is keeping you in this situation. The third indicates what lesson or teacher is most important. And the fourth indicates how you will escape this tower you are currently feeling trapped in. Wow. Then there's happily ever afters. And back with the fans again. Fan 1, what you are bringing to a relationship. Fan 2, what the source of your happily ever after will bring you. Fan 3, the place to look for this person or thing that may be the source of your happily ever after. I'm not sure which one I want to go with. Whoops, pages are kind of stuck here a little bit, glued together. All right. So this book is glued. I don't want to tear it apart. Maybe we go with the happily ever afters here. All right. That means 3 sets of 4 cards. And with Lenormand, I do like to do a spread and pull. Let me zoom you back out. Wow. Oof, oof, oof. What is really refreshing about Lenormand is that it is so concrete, and the interpretation comes in combining things. And when you get practice with the Lenormands doing those combinations, if you're a tarot reader, it will change the way you read tarot in a good way. All right, so let's start with thanking guides and guardians, allies, and ancestors for being here with us. Let me do a little smoky cleanse. I hope I have this in the flame. Yes, I do. Come on. All right. A little sage smoke cleanse. A little blessing with water and earth. And let's throw on an offering of fire of Azrael. And ask guides and guardians, allies, and ancestors to please bring your attention to this deck, infuse it with the spirit of divination. I am going to remove the older male and female. Now, I'm actually going to do, no, we'll do these 2. All right. Oh, those are the ones I want to remove. Let's give a shuffle. With tiny decks like this and US Games cardstock, that's not going to be an issue at all. So we're going to shuffle this way for several times. And what I am asking is about a happily ever after. And what is going on with that? Are we moving in that direction? If we are, how soon that might be happening? And I will do my best off the cuff with this reading, but I have a feeling that I will be then off camera pulling out my Rana George and my other Lenormand book to look for timing, because I don't have those things memorized. Okay, so let's put the question in here. And, you know, the cutting is just for me to put the question into the cards, because I am going to spread and pick. Okay, so we're doing 3. They spread wonderfully. We are doing 3 sets of 4, so I need 12 cards. All right, here we go. And 12. All right. So when I do the spool and preds, you know, spool and preds. Good. We're doing great. You're doing great, Luna. When I do the spread and pulls, oh my God. Oh, you guys. Okay, so we had freezing rain last night, and all the tree branches are coated in ice, and the sun just came out, and I turned around to see 1,000 diamonds in the woods. Anyway, I used to kind of do the, you know, hover, which one, and anymore, I just really trust my guides and I go for it, you know? Okay, so we want to place, in this spread, you'll explore how to find your own happily ever after. Remember that sometimes we're on our own we are our own completion, so it may be that your happily ever after doesn't involve another person. Shuffle the cards, cut them as you like. Pulling the top from the top of the deck, you'll lay out 3 sets of 4-card fans. Place the fans from left to right. Fan 1, and it doesn't say, okay, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, we are placing the base and then the fan. So they said before that the bottom card can be kind of the subject. For fan 1, the bottom card represents, it's what you are bringing to a relationship. The bottom card represents you. The top 3 are your strengths and weaknesses. Okay. You, the whip. Okay. Anger, conflict, self-punishment. Oi! In the story of the magic turban, a younger brother, this is the magic carpet one, a younger brother makes his elder brother angry by stowing away on a ship. He's left behind on a foreign shore as punishment. In his journey to find his brother, the younger boy finds 3 men arguing fiercely over 3 magical items, a turban, a whip, and a carpet. He tricks them so that he can steal these items and then uses them to return to his brother. This whip reminds you that we have sometimes let anger drive us. Rage is at the heart of the issue when this card shows up. Has someone made you lose your temper? Are you punishing yourself for something you did? Watch out for conflict in your world that is fueled by fury. The cards near the whip can show you what feeds this anger. Whether you wield the whip or it is used against you, this card brings turmoil in its wake. Let the whip be your warning. So what this is saying is that what you're bringing to the relationship is a lot of inner turmoil. That there is something that you need to do to deal with abandonment issues, to deal with anger, to deal with any self-punishment. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, and then across the top, strengths and weaknesses, we have Clover, Book, and Writer. So Clover indicates luck, and it brings It lightens up whatever card is next to it. When you have positive cards, they can shift negative cards that are next to them. Luck, creativity, serendipity. And this is the story of Thumbelina. I'm not going to read the whole thing. No. Clover turns. Okay. When you see this card, look for the opportunity cards nearby. That is where you will be blessed with fortune. Negative cards nearby can indicate that growth is not going to happen the way you might have hoped for. When the clover appears near ill-fated cards, it may mean that you are hiding from your own good luck. All right. This is talking about luck, and the book is secrets. It's information that is closed off. All right, think of a book. The information's in it, but the book is closed here. It's starting to open, but it does indicate secrets and information kept inside. And then we have Rider, which can talk about that information coming out. Let's look at book. Secrets, studies, knowledge. So it does talk about, knowledge obtained through schooling and things like where you go to get information from a book. So it is information. It can be secret information. It can be learned information, studied information, that kind of information. Okay, Grimm Brothers. Hidden in these pages is the wisdom you seek, the knowledge you yearn for. When the book opens in your spread, know that you may not have all the facts yet, but they're coming to you. Secrets will reveal themselves. So what I'm seeing here is that luck comes, benefit and opportunity come when you reveal secrets, when you open up. So your strengths and weaknesses are in bringing benefit by opening up, sharing your knowledge, and the Rider, success, victory, good news, dreams realized. So I'm seeing here that what you bring to the relationship, you do tend to punish yourself. What was that one again? What was the whip again? Sorry. Bless you to people that have made it this far. Anger, conflict. Okay, so we've got anger and stuff, and I'm looking at how this comes underneath the book. So it's stuff that you're not aware of, stuff that might be from, pre-verbal times, from very early times, early childhood, things that is kind of held secretly inside you. But it says that, better out than in. Benefit and luck come when you open that book and let those secrets out and let the information flow. You have messages to give. So this also talks about your own ability to tap into what's inside of you and bring information out. Sounds like a reader to me. All right. Second fan is what the source of your happily ever after will bring you. The bottom card represents your potential love. Top cards are his strengths or weaknesses. Okay. We have Tower. This talks about success. Tower in Lenormand is totally different from Tower in Tarot. So the thing with Lenormand is you have to completely let go of how you read Tarot and what you know about it and give yourself to a new system, which can be really exciting. If you've been reading Tarot for a long, long time, it's kind of exciting to have a new system to come into and, re-energize your brain. So Tower, corporations, large buildings, restrictions, bureaucracy, edifice. It also represents success, something built over time. Okay? And, you think about Tower, something that's built from the bottom up, that this can be a successful business, something you've built, and I'm kind of disappointed that they don't have those meanings here. All right. So it talks about Rapunzel, dealing with bureaucracies. When the Tower shows up, you must take matters into your own hands. Lawyers, corporate chiefs, military top brass. The gaping maw of the animal at the bottom stands as warning to play by the rules. Ooh, there is a gaping maw. It looks like a snapper turtle. Look for helpful cards nearby the tower for possible ways to cut through. But we're describing a person here. And one of the things, okay, so restrictions. One of the things that the Tower can talk about is things being being restricted, being not really hidden, but having very firm boundaries around it. So this is a person that is not totally open, you can't read them like a book, not really wide open, but someone who is also looking at success and what can be built over time. Strengths and weaknesses here. The Sun, another card of success, so particularly with the Tower and the Sun next to each other, opportunities, success, vitality. And look at the fairy tale here. In the tale Little Daylight, a beautiful young princess is cursed to sleep through each day and awaken each night, transformed into an old woman. She's doomed until her hero arrives. When he sees her as an old dying woman, he feels sorry for the old woman, so he kisses her, and that breaks the spell. So this is someone who is successful, someone who shines a bright light, someone who has vitality to bring, and literally with this tale, someone who can bring you out of your nighttime and into daytime. Wow. But then we've got Snake. Oh, shit. Oh, let's see what the snake has to say. Snake is cheating, betrayal, manipulation. Yikes. Okay. So someone that maybe can't absolutely be trusted. The snake is facing this way, but then we've got the lady showing up over here. So possibly this person is peasant or princess, lady, woman, female, influence, female partner, soulmate. Okay, so she's showing up here. They talk about a soulmate, a female partner. This is someone that does want and need a partner. But that snake in the middle, ooh boy, oh boy. There's a trust issue here. There's a trust issue here. Cheating, betrayal, and manipulation. Hot damn, let's go to the third one. The third one is the place to look for this person or thing that may be the source of your happily ever after. So I'm interested in how this reading shakes out, because it's like, okay, here's the male. It would be a great reading if you have not yet met this person, but if you're reading about a person that actually exists, then this category should be something else. Let's just read it the way it is. The place to look for this. The bottom card shows you a physical location. Top three cards point to what type of physical location. If we just follow that strictly, where did you meet? Then the bottom here, the letter talks about written communication. That can include the internet these days. So, think about, where would you meet someone by written communication? In a newspaper, or this, I think, clearly talks about internet. And at the top three cards will point to what type of physical location. The moon can talk about nighttime things, can talk about sensitivity, recurring events, cycles, awards, public acclaim. So this would say in a public place, and it's Cinderella, something, moon pointing to something you need to know. What lies near the moon may be the things that deserve praise from you. Don't overlook the power of the moon in showing you where you can improve yourself so you can garner more attention. So the moon in Lenormand, like the Tower, is completely different from Tarot. This doesn't talk about secrets and hidden things. It talks about a light that shines in the dark, something shining out to guide your way. So it could talk a little bit about fame, and it does say public acclaim here, so this would be in a context of someone being well known or in a public persona in some way. The birds are verbal communication. So we start with written communication, maybe texting, and then we move to verbal communication, to actually talking live. It's talking about the physical location. So, but I want to say, because it's just verbal communication, that doesn't describe a physical location. It can talk about And interesting that this public acclaim brings that public thing into letters. So internet, maybe through text first and then speaking verbally over the internet. And then we have the garden, which is physically meeting each other. So this would talk about a social setting. Fascinating. Now I want to do another one. So this deck is talking. I will tell you who don't know the person I'm reading for that this deck is talking. So we have a winner. I'm going to do an outcome. I want to ask about, and I think I'm going to do a 5 card. I mean, I could stick with the fan. Hold on. I could stick with the fan and ask. Okay. Yes, I'm going to stick with the fan, and I'm asking for information about commitment. Will there be commitment? The bottom card will be like a yes or no, and the top 3, the fan, tell me how that plays out. Will there be commitment? Yes or no on the bottom. Okay, we're going to take that as our bottom card. Garden is a yes card. And then we're going to spread and pull for the other 3. 1, 2, 3. Look at the heart in the middle. Okay. So garden at the bottom. Whoa, hey, Oy. I'm back. I have to be so careful that I don't run over these cards when they go flying like that. Came back with some hair, too. I know you're happy to know that. Okay, so garden at the bottom. Lenormand's cards can be divided, and this is where I go to Rana George and her incredible book on Lenormand. She goes through like every category that you might be asking about and tells you what the cards mean in that context. Fabulous book, and talks about, you know, which ones are positive, which are negative. I'm sure garden would be a positive card. Friends, festivities, acquaintances, gatherings, of course that's positive. So I would say that the answer is a yes. But then if we try to look at timing, dog is trust, loyalty, friends, dependability. I'm getting my Rana George. Hold on, you guys. Fabulous book. Get it if you want to do Lenormand. All right, let's look at dog. We have future. She divides them into different nuances. Dog is a portrait card. Work, love, health, body, time, or timing. 18 days. So this is the number 18 card. This is why it's really important also to memorize the numbers. 18 days, the 18th of the month. The subsequent card may indicate the month. Objects. Okay, orientation is positive. Let's look at garden too to make sure that we got that right. You can see how many pages she gives to each card. The nuance is a mood card or a portrait card. The orientation, neutral and positive. This is a neutral card in general. It turns negative when negative cards are around, but when alone can be viewed in a positive light. So this is positive. I was correct about that. And we've got positive card with dog, positive card with heart, negative. I think clouds can go either way because we've got the bright and the dark side, but we'll look those up too. I hope you're enjoying watching me learn. So yes, 18 days, 18th of the month. This isn't a month because this is 24. That could mean 2 years. 24 months. All right, let's look at the heart. So dog is loyalty, friendship, trust, dependability. So we do see, I mean, that would mean commitment to me, loyalty, dependability. So I think that's a good thing. And that trust issue that came up with the last one, since it was describing him, I would say he's the one that has trust issues with women, with the woman card next to it. Bingo, that's it. He's the one with trust issues. All right. This is a mood card. Heart is, let's go with the meanings in this book, since that's what I'm unboxing. Got a little book, got a big book. I love my books. All right. Heart, love, passion, attraction. Happy, generous, caring. It's positive, brings a positive vibe, as long as there are no negative cards after it. All right. And let's look at the timing with this. Is 24th of the month, spring or summer? Okay, now let's go to clouds. So much. All right, there's clouds. Clouds in this little book say depression, confusion, sadness. I'm going to read more in this book because I want to see what they say about the dark and the bright side, if anything. Depression, confusion, sadness. A young girl must go on a prince-finding journey in the Norwegian tale East of the Sun, West of the Moon. In this beast of a tale, the young beauty goes off to live with a polar bear. She misses her family, so the bear allows her to go home with a warning that her mother will try to confuse her. He says if she lets her mother speak to her one-on-one, that their happy life will come to a terrible end. Even with the warning, she succumbs to her mother. I mean, how do you do that? As he predicted, she lets the mother's words confuse her. Her actions bring bad luck to her and the bear prince. Eventually, there's a happy ending, but this is a tale of the sadness that can transpire when confusion clouds your mind. This card highlights things that can go wrong. Where the clouds show up, gloomy thoughts shroud the situation. You should pay attention to the two sides of the card. Yay! The dark side shows the negative, but the light side can point you to a brighter path. We've got the dark side next to the heart here, which says that there are still some issues of depression, of sadness, of confusion that are clouding this issue, this sense of loyalty and romance. Dedication there is clouded. All right, let's look at the timing. Timing says 6 days, weeks, or months. So, I mean, it's pretty consistent. You use the number of the card and go days, weeks, months, or the 6th of a month, or June. The orientation is negative. This card will exert its influence on the cards around it in a negative light. Okay, so will there be a commitment, and what would the timing be like? I would say with 18 and 24 coming out first, it's saying that not real soon, not like fast or quickly. And that we do have some clouds to clear. I mean, we've got 3 neutral or yes cards and 1 negative. And the negative coming at the end, that tells me, I mean, you've just got some negativity to get through. The heart is clouded by some sadness or confusion. So, time to deal with depression. And then we can move on into our happily ever after future. Wow, okay, I love this deck. I love Lenormand in general. I hope you've gotten enough of a vibe from this to try some yourself. You know, and this, if you've been hanging out with me for a while, you know that I have strong opinions about things. And you should also know, if you don't, that I am very willing to change those strong opinions. My favorite definition of a witch is a person who is passionate about her ideals and opinions as they are changing. ideals and beliefs and opinions as they are changing. So I used to say it is impossible to tell the future, and it's true because the future is fluid. What it's possible to tell is here's how things stand right now. And it lets you know by defining the present, it can tell you here's how things are likely to head. And when it gives you kind of a likely weather report, then you can see what things need to change. So even when you are sort of predicting the future, and I mean to tell you, I have done some deadly accurate readings with this Lenormand, there is always, always, always free will and choice. Nothing is set in stone because the future does not exist. Okay, thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you would like for me to read for you on an unboxing video, please look down below for my Amazon wish list. There's a shit ton of decks on there. If you have a deck that's like your favorite and it's on the wish list and you're like, I want Luna to read for me from this deck to see how she does it, do that. If it's a deck that you have never seen and you want to see how it is and you want me to unbox it, you know how this works. I don't need to explain all this to you. Anyway, I really appreciate you being here, hanging out with me, hitting the like button, commenting below. Let me know if you're a Lenny reader. Let me know below if you saw something different in these. Please and thank you. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. All right, that takes care of the business. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Until I see you next time, this is Luna. Blessed be.